my kitchen once again. It is morning here and I'm making some bread and I wanted to make some cheese, and I just came across, somebody give me this coalho, which is what we make the cheese, the rennet to make the cheese, and I used it and I loved it. It made, in no time, I had some cheese. So this is a Portuguese cheese, I'm sure, a Portuguese rennet. I'm sure you can find anywhere that has Portuguese stuff. My father-in-law gave me this and I fell in love with it. I used to use the tablets or a liquid, and this one, it's perfect. So I'm gonna do just 4 cups of milk that I already warm it up, and it's up to 100. You don't want to pass 100 because you don't want the milk too hot. If it's too hot, it won't set. It kind of kills the bacteria in here. This says for 1 whole gallon of milk, you need 1 teaspoon of the rennet. But I'm going to put half a teaspoon, not full all the way. I'm going to just do that because that's what I did last time. And I also have some salt that I'm going to mix. I always like to add the salt when I do the rennet. That way it flavors the whole cheese and you don't have to be flavored when you're doing it. So now I'm gonna mix all this rennet and I'm gonna leave it aside, and in no time I'll have cheese. And that's as simple as that. I wanted to show because this coalho or this rennet is really easy and you can't mess it up. So that's why, and I'm making some bread and I want to have some cheese tomorrow morning with fresh bread. So I'm just gonna put this behind the counter and then I'll come back and show you. Okay friends, my cheese, it took 7 minutes. That's how long it takes to get this to set. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cut it in half with a knife. Just make it easy to scoop and also to start separating from the whey from the cream. And I wanna show you, see? This is how set it is. It's like blocks. So I'm gonna continue leaving this behind here. And what it is, it's gonna start separating the whey from the cream, and then in maybe about 10 minutes, we'll start scooping into the molds. It's already pretty much all separated from the whey, and I'm just gonna scoop into my mold. I've had this mold for years, probably over 30 years old, and I use it all the time. I order some different small ones because sometimes this one is a little too big just for me. So, but anyway, but that's all pretty much you gotta do is, and I'm putting a little bit more salt as I go, but not as much because I already put it in the cheese. But that's why I like so much that rennet. Look how beautiful these curds come. It's just like gelatin. So it's perfect. And this cheese in tomorrow morning will be just right. I mean, I could eat it tonight, but I like it the next day. So I'm just gonna fill it up. And these 4 cups filled this whole cheese mold. Perfect. And you wanna put it in a dish where, because it's going to accumulate a lot of liquid. That whey is going to come out. So, and what I do is before, I'll drain it, and then I'm going to put it back here in the counter, and it's going to continue drain, and then I don't have very much left, but whatever's left, I'm going to put it over there. I'm going to strain this with a strainer, so it'll be easier than to scoop. Good morning friends, it's morning here, and I made some bread yesterday And then I made some cheese also yesterday. And this is gonna be my breakfast. I let the cheese stay overnight. And this bread, it was a different recipe. I tried it. So good. So, I'm gonna try my cheese. It's still a little soft, but just right, like I like it to spread. Sometimes they use this for appetizer, and they put some melagetta on top of the bread, or on top of the cheese, and when you pour in your bread, you'll have that melagetta. I like to eat that, but as an appetizer for breakfast, this is it. It's like the Portuguese cream cheese. It is so good. And in the morning with some fresh bread. I will leave the recipe on the description, and I also will leave the name, the information for the rennet if you want to try. I mean, you cannot fail this rennet, and you just got to make sure that you don't warm up the milk too much. 100 degrees, not any more than that. And then you put your rennet, put your salt, and in no time you have cheese. And if you don't have the molds, this is how I used to do. Those Tupperwares that comes with the butter, make some holes in the bottom, all over in the sides and in the bottom, and use that. You don't have to go buy a special mold. That's how I used to have one before I had this. I would save those tubs, any tub that would come with different things, or jams, or butter, you know, those dips. Wash them good, make some holes everywhere so it can drain the liquid. And you can make cheese. And once you make it, you'll be hooked and you will enjoy it. With a piece of French bread, make this bread and you will impress your family. So anyway, I know I have a recipe already with some cheese, but because this is a different rennet, I wanted to try it and I wanted to show you guys so you would know, you know, especially those people that are more in the Portuguese area, you might be easier to find this rennet. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Give me a thumbs up. Share my videos with your friends on the social media, and give me, you know, let me know how you like these recipes. And until next time, let's get cooking. Have a good day.